I think Thanksgiving is one of America's greatest traditions.
It is.
Because it's a day just to give thanks. I think it's uniquely awesome.
Talk about that for a little bit, because there's, a lot of people say, well, it's just about it's the Indians, it's the Pilgrims.
Well, everything is what you make of it.
Who cares?
Right?
Who cares?
But,
There's no God involved. Why do you?
Well, no. First of all, the Pilgrims were definitely giving thanks to God.
They were.
They were not giving thanks to Brahman, but they were giving thanks to the Almighty God. But yeah, secondly, I just think it's amazing, especially during this season where we have such abundance and we won the election, that there's a day where you just stop and you say thank you, which then of course acknowledges you're saying thank you to a higher power. And I don't know of another nation or another country that has a day of gratitude. I think I actually said this once, and I guess there was like some random African country that has it, and that's fine. I got like in trouble for saying this last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so fine. I guess Senegal has a day like that. I'll look it up. However,
great job, Senegal,
or whatever. But
following in some good footsteps.
But a day of gratitude. I subscribe to the Prager. Hopefully he's doing better. He's fighting like crazy right now.
Yeah.
Belief he's really struggling. That happiness is impossible if you are not grateful. And I believe that. I do not think you can have joy. I do not think you can be content if you're not grateful. And I think it's a beautiful thing as a nation. We have a day to say thank you.
Well, and shout out to the OG
on the nation,
who always gave us the story of Thanksgiving. Real quick, shout out to the OG who always told us the true story of Thanksgiving, Rush Limbaugh.
Oh man, he was an OG on that.
He just did it every year. I've got a recording of it somewhere, and we used to play it. And
I got to re-listen to that and try
it's so good.
Send that to me tonight. I got to try to recreate it.
I did something on the show last year where I sort of I didn't try to do it like Rush did it, but I told the story. And people just have to keep telling that story over and over and over. They tried socialism, it failed. Then they tried giving people ownership of their various plots of land, and then they had an overabundance of their harvest, and so they gave thanks to God.
What a concept.
What an incredible concept. But instead, now it's all like, oh, the Pilgrims were dying and the Indians had to come and they saved the Pilgrims because they were stupid Europeans, didn't know anything. Even though Squanto had actually lived in Europe, even he had been in London more recently than the Pilgrims had. So he spoke English so well. But of course, facts are,
Blake, you were saying something.
Well, so first of all, I was saying we should make fun of Canada for having their knockoff Thanksgiving that is just 1 month before ours. I think we should always use every opportunity to bully Canada because it's fun. But also, even like the full story of Thanksgiving, because evil liberals always want to dunk on it. Like, it's even more beautiful than just the Pilgrims doing it when they settled here. Like the very first annual Thanksgiving national holiday, fourth Thursday in November, like clockwork. That was started by Abraham Lincoln in 1863.
Yep.
Middle of the Civil War, the peak of the Civil War. I think that's probably the bloodiest year of the Civil War. And he says that, yes, like in the middle of this, we're going to have a celebration of national Thanksgiving. And like that was what set it as a national holiday. George Washington declared a day of Thanksgiving. It's truly... it's a great thing because it is possibly the one great national tradition that was created in America that we have had for the entire history of America that is just totally our own thing. And then us being America, we have exported it to the rest of the world in various ways.